And welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome here to the match review between Barcelona and Girona tonight at the Camp Nou. It was a very fiery Catalan derby that for me was fueled with a lot of controversy, some big decisions tonight from the referee which I feel were made incorrectly. That changed the entire balance of the game. We are going to be breaking that down in some detail, taking a closer look at the big moments. Tonight it has finished with our unbeaten record still intact, but our perfect start of the season has ended. Barcelona 2, Girona 2 on the night. We have drop points here. Messi and Piqué on target for Barcelona, and 2 on the night for Stuani. We are going to discuss it all. Let's do this. And what I want to say before any of that, guys, before I get into any of the controversy, the goals, anything like that, what I want to make absolutely crystal clear is here that this is not to do with rotation, because a lot of people will look at it, on the face of it and say, look, we've gone into this game, we've made some changes, and look, we've dropped points. Clearly these players are not good enough. The likes of Arthur came in, Vidal, Lenglet, these are not good enough, and we can't do it again. That is absolutely not the case. Tonight, it wasn't about rotation. The problem out on the pitch was not about rotation. That's not why we drew tonight. It was about the dramatic change, going from 11 men to 10. We never recovered from that, and it was simply about basic defensive errors, which I'll be coming on to, because you cannot forget that 11 against 11, we started this game absolutely brilliantly. We came out the blocks quickly, we were pressing from the front, we were keeping the ball, we were penetrating Girona, we was passing between the lines, really good stuff, and it really was a good start to the game. Arthur was involved, Arturo Vidal of course, and it only took, inside the first 20 minutes that we did get that first goal, and it was all looking fantastic. Messi who got it, Arturo Vidal heavily involved, he kept hold of the ball using his strength, he then got his head up, he waited for Messi to arrive. Already, they seem to have a good understanding. He picks out Messi, and it's a wonderful finish. And like I say, at that point, it's looking brilliant. You've got Suarez inside the box, who's jinking and turning and getting away from his man, getting a shot away and closing on scoring. And there were some very good moments in that opening sort of 25 minutes, but then it all started to sort of tail off. There was a few warning signs. You look at Gerard Piqué's clearance off the line. That was his first very good moment in the game. What he did there was a very good thing. He got around Ter Stegen, Porto, got a shot on target, but Piqué was there to get it off the line, which did deny a certain goal. And then the game did change on the sending off of Clement Lenglet. Now, you can say what you like about this decision. Some people will say that it was a definite red. Some people will say that it was definitely not a red. You're entitled to your opinion, no doubt about that. My personal opinion was that referee was determined to get that red card out of his pocket. He could not do it quick enough. As soon as he had that signal from the VAR team to go over there and have a look at the screen, he wanted to give that no matter what, because tonight he loved giving cards. There was a minute in the first half, a 4-minute spell where he gave out 3 yellow cards. Every single tackle he was thinking, can I book someone? He was really like that tonight, and in a derby game you shouldn't be like that. You've got to let some things go. You've got to understand the kind of atmosphere, the kind of game that it is, and the referee tonight didn't get any of that at all. What happened with Lenglet is there's a player there, Girona, closing him down. He goes into a challenge with Lenglet. He takes Lenglet out, and on Lenglet's way down, his arms are flailing. Yes, the elbow does make connection with the face. There's no doubt about that, but he's on his way down. It's not like it's an off-the-ball incident. If Lenglet had gone up there to the opposing player and put an elbow in his face, I would completely understand it. Straight red card all day long, but he didn't do that. It was after a foul on him. He was clearly off balance. The foul was the wrong one first, and then Lenglet's arm comes up and does connect with the face, but like I say, all the slow motion replays from VAR, they indicated it was a big elbow to the face. But if you watch that in real time, which I have to say, VAR didn't really show any replays in real time, at real speed, everything looks worse in slow motion, and for me, it was not a red card. You could have easily given a yellow there and got on with what was a very good game at the time. 2 good teams going head to head. You could have let it play out. Instead, the referee wanted to take centre stage, and boy, he did that, because he single-handedly changed the game. And the problem was then, as soon as we get that red card, all we're doing then is waiting until halftime. Valverde didn't make a sub straight away. You could see sort of what he was trying to do. He was trying to get to halftime where he could regroup, have a think about his decision, and then make the change that he needed to get somebody in at centre-back. We sent Busquets back there to cover, but unfortunately, we couldn't hang on long enough. A few seconds before the end of the half, it's a simple ball into the box, really simple, that you've got to deal with. As a centre-back, doesn't matter if it's Barcelona or any level of football, you deal with that ball. What you don't do is watch it come over your shoulder, bounce in front of you. Do not give the opportunity to any striker to get into that space. But that's exactly what Piqué does. He falls asleep. It's a lack of concentration. Stuani, who's somebody that we did speak about in the preview, I said you've got to keep an eye on him. He's somebody that these guys will know was in good form, but he lets Stuani in. He's got all the time in the world. Busquets is there. He's not a natural centre-half. And there you go. Stuani equalises. A big moment in the game. We didn't hang on until half-time. And going in there, it was a completely different game. And coming out then for the second half, Ernesto Valverde did make his change. Samuel Umtiti came on for, obviously, to replace the man sent off Lenglet. Dembélé, the man, was going off. A few people were surprised by that. I don't really like to see somebody like Dembélé go off because, obviously, when we need a goal, he's a guy that could certainly provide it, as we've seen over the past few weeks. But at the same time, Dembélé in that first half did lose possession a lot. He was losing the ball. There's a few runs that simply didn't come off, and Valverde did choose to make that change, but it didn't improve. 5 minutes into the second half, it was Girona that made the breakthrough and took the lead in the game. And again, you have to look at Piqué and you have to ask the question, has he done enough? Because it's simple as this. Another very simple pass in behind. We're playing a high line. Girona have got the chance to go in behind. We know somebody like Porto is really, really quick, and Piqué simply can't live with him. He flies past Piqué. Piqué then flies into a tackle. He lunges. I actually thought at that point it was going to be a penalty and maybe even another red card for Gerard Piqué, but credit to Porto. He gets straight back up on his feet. He tries to have a go on goal. Ter Stegen saves it from close range, but then the rebound falls to Stuani. Again, he's in the right place at the right time, and you've got to say, it is a sensational finish. He thunders it into the back of the net. The defence was disorganised. We were out of shape. Our line was nothing at all like it should be. We were trying to play offside in some areas. It didn't work out, and Girona had the lead. Valverde didn't wait all that long really to start bringing on the big guns. Vidal went off to be replaced by Rakitic. So did Arthur to be replaced by Coutinho, but that didn't really have the desired impact. I think he maybe would have been better leaving somebody like Arthur on, who was quite settled during the game. Coutinho and Rakitic didn't really combine all together in midfield. I think Coutinho had a really good impact, could have scored towards the end, but Rakitic is pretty much like for like in that midfield and didn't really have a huge impact on the game. Messi hit the bar with about 30 minutes to go. He had quite a few free kicks in and around the area, and every single one you were hoping, could this be the one? We've spoken about Messi's free kicks, and he did go incredibly close with one from which was a very, very long way out. Suarez as well had a few shots from long range. He was trying to get on the end of things and had a decent performance again tonight, to be fair to him, even though again he didn't get on the score sheet. And with about 28 minutes to go, it was a goal back in the game to keep our unbeaten streak going, at least from that man Gerard Piqué, who had a very up and down game. He had some brilliant moments. He cleared it off the line. He got this goal, but he had some poor moments as well, some lack of concentration at the back, and it was a really good goal though from Gerard Piqué. You can't take anything away from it. Messi and Coutinho combined. It was Suarez then getting into the area, getting on the end of it, keeping the ball alive. It was then a looping ball, and you've got to say it's an absolutely wonderful header from Gerard Piqué, because he's actually got to go and run back towards that ball. He's got to generate all his own power because there's no power at all on that ball, and he does it. He arches his neck, brings it back, bullets the header into the back of the net, past the defenders and the goalkeeper, and he gets us back in the game. And then the final few minutes you're thinking, can we really get this winning goal? It would have been electric. It would have been fantastic to get that goal and keep our perfect art of the season, but it didn't quite happen. Coutinho, like I say, at the end, he had one of those arrowing shots. He got a bit of space, worked it onto his right foot and just put it past the post. That for me though, there was a clear foul which was not given on Messi. There was a bit of time there. Messi was on the edge of the box. He was brought down by a Girona player, not given from the referee. And like I say, you give Messi enough chances from free kicks and eventually you feel like he'll score, and that could have been a really crucial moment there as well. And there was another moment where Busquets was denied a penalty, but unfortunately it didn't happen tonight. The referee, like I say, for me was intent on giving that red. It clearly changed the game. Unfortunately, this happened in a game where we did decide to rotate and give a few players a night off, but at the same time we started so well. It wasn't the rotation tonight for me. It wasn't really about the performance. Yes, defensively there are big issues. I think there have been a few issues now for a few games long. We've been a bit lax. We've been a bit, out of concentration, out of sync really in the way we've been organised. Like I say, that line at times really is very, very dysfunctional. We have to work on that, but tonight for me, the referee changed the game. Nothing you can do about that. We've got to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down. We are still top of the league on goal difference, above Real Madrid, and they have got two massive fixtures coming up. They play Sevilla in midweek. Atletico Madrid they play at the weekend, so big test ahead for Real Madrid. We ourselves will play Leganes in the week, and of course, I will give give you all the latest in the build-up to that game. Thank you, as always, for joining me tonight, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. What was your thoughts on that Lenglet red card? And what was your thoughts on the overall game? How do you think we fared? What do we need to do better? And what are you thinking now long term? How does this all affect us? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you very, very soon indeed. Thank you as always, but until next time, as always, Vesca el Barça!